After a week off in which there was no political satire on SNL, the show came roaring back in its third week, taking aim at Mitt Romney, Christie, and Hank Williams Jr., with only one of those three being portrayed as an actual human being. Now, the show opened with a press conference being held by Mitt Romney, played perfectly by Jason Sudakis, but with a fake SNL Press Corp openly pining away because the guy they all really wanted to see run, New Jersey Governor Christie, had announced last week that he wasn't going to go for it in 2012, meaning that the media, the country, and the GOP would more likely than not be stuck listening to Mitt Romney, a guy who, as the show put it, sounds like a black guy doing an imitation of a white guy for the rest of the election cycle, which is where Bobby Moynihan jumped in brilliantly as Christie, who immediately had the audience eating out of his hands as he emulated Christie's genius for plain speaking, wit, and tough bravado, all the things which Mitt Romney is completely lacking of. And which is why in this one scene may spell out for America what an Obama versus Romney showdown is likely to look like next year. Now, Romney is the white Mormon candidate, too nice, too corporate, and too rich to ever get his hands dirty in the campaign, while in contrast, Barack Obama is an equally nice guy, but in his case, it works to his advantage because getting angry is one thing that America just isn't ready for from a black candidate or president. He is the political equivalent of Jackie Robinson, the first black man allowed to play in the major leagues, who had to suffer the worst kinds of abuse and still play better than everyone else in baseball in order to survive in the sport. Which then brings us to the wonderful Fox and Friends takeoff they did later in the show, in which Jason Sudakis again took center stage, this time as a crazed Hank Williams Jr. to try and apologize to President Obama for comparing him to Hitler, after which Fox corrected half a dozen just really stupid things which they said, which also needed to be corrected. Which left poor Sarah Palin, who announced this week that she wasn't going to be running for president this time around, relegated to a quick joke weekend update, which for me was the funniest moment on the show because I love irony.